What's up, guys? This is Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm here today at Regal Acura in Lakeland, Florida. Ken has given us the 2021 Acura ILX Premium A-spec package in your modern steel metallic. Today's update in the trim adds the high gloss black piano interior accents, and on the exterior as well, you're going to get the larger wheels, sports inspired seating, added safety, the best subcompact luxury sedan going against your Audi A3 and your BMW 2 Series Grand Coupe. Added NSX inspired trim. Is this a competitor? Are the upgrades better than a Honda Civic? We're going to go over all the specs and details starting now. Right out of the box, you're going to notice the long luxury hood, which integrates into your dual LED headlamps. 7 total LED projected lights, 4 LED outer lamps for your normal lights, 3 LED inner lamps for your high beams. Diamond pentagon grille with the black chrome. Highlights the dynamic styling LED fog lamps because we have the A-spec model, and I like that the chrome is blacked out here. I could just do without the fake vents. Even though you have a bit of a spoiler lip, ground clearance is still around 5.3 inches, so you can go over your speed bumps, you can go get your groceries, and you can do that with the performance-driven styling that flares out at 70.6 inches, a height of 55.6 inches. The dual LED headlamps go into the line structure, encasing your 18-inch high-gloss black polish alloy wheels. The front disc reading is at 12.3 inches, it's ventilated. The rear is going to be 11.1 inches. It's solid McPherson strut front suspension, a multi-link rear suspension. Both the front and the rear will have your stabilizer bar, amplitude reactive dampers. The sports car inspired design continues with this side underbody spoiler, A-spec badging, chrome over all the window trims, and just the setup just gives you that heart-pounding design essence. The length at 182.2 inches, a wheelbase at 105.1 inches. Even though this is a subcompact, it's about an inch more in the wheelbase and about 5 inches longer than your Audi 3 and almost 4 inches longer than your BMW 2 Series Grand Coupe. The rear flares out with your LED brake lights, with your piano black rear deck lid, and I like the setup because it looks super aggressive, getting the piano black in the lower trim on your diffuser with chrome exhaust outlets. Because we got the A-spec, that's why it's going to look more aggressive with the stance. You'll have your reverse camera going into your cargo, just a push button to get inside at 12.4 cubic feet. There's a little bit of storage underneath the floor. With the spare tire, you can fold the rear bench down to get more space. The A-spec trim doesn't add to performance, only styling aesthetics. All ILX will have the same powertrain, a 2.4-liter inline 4-cylinder producing 201 horsepower, 180 pound-feet of torque, paired with an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, achieving a 0 to 60 at 6.6 seconds and a top speed at 130 miles per hour, getting 24 to 30 mpgs. Acura Watch is going to add your road departure mitigation, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist system. Safety and driver assist will add the blind spot in your rear cross traffic alert. Will the styling of this Acura beat the Audi and the BMW? Is this really the better sports car of the three? Let me know in the comments what you think of the 2021 Acura ILX Premium A-spec as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside this ILX A-spec, you're going to get 38 inches of headroom, 42.3 inches of legroom, A-spec sports seats with your perforated ebony Milano premium leather and ultra suede that is NSX inspired, contrast stitching and piping, heated front seats, 8-way power adjustment with lumbar support for the driver, 4-way power adjustment for the passenger, sports car inspired dashboard which exposes the upper screen that is 8 inches, it's non-touch derived. However, the lower screen that is 7 inches, it is touch, and it has a multi-use display 2.0. You have your audio settings, you have your FM, AM, Sirius XM, and a CD player with shortcuts, Bluetooth connectivity. Dual climate control settings, storage that you can fit a larger cell phone. It is going to be a little tight to get it in and out because of the gear lever. I do like that it's leather wrapped, and you got your heated seat switches right there. Cup holders, you can fit about a 20 ounce to 16.9 ounce water bottle. Push here to open, and you got USB ports, an auxiliary, and some more storage. For the elbows, It's going to be more firm because this is more sport derived. Leather wrap steering wheel with the A-spec badging, multi-function. You got the paddle shifters. Looking at your gauge cluster, it's analog. You do have a TFT display. Door panel is going to be a little bit more firm textures. You do get some leatherette inside with the contrast stitching, one touch up and down for the front windows. Storage, you can fit maybe two 16.9 ounce water bottles. We're set with the moonroof. Let's check out the back seats. For the back seats, I'm at 35.9 inches of headroom, 34 inches of legroom. Kind of grazing the headliner in this seating position. Because I have it sit in the position I'd be sitting, I'm a little bit close, but I'm not actually touching. There's no air vents, only storage behind the passenger seat. Soft here for the elbow. You can fit maybe a 20 ounce, 16.9 ounce. It's pretty flush. The floor is nearly flat. Door panel is going to be harder on the elbows. You'll get that leatherette with the contrast stitching. No storage at all. So if you are considering taking this on a long journey, it would probably be optimal to just have two people in the back, but let's see how I look in the center. And as you see, sitting into the center, head is completely against the headliner, legs are completely against the back seats. In the position I'd be sitting, even if I try to relax, I'm just gonna squish my legs, and it just makes it a tough and tight fit for somebody that's over 6 foot tall. The nice thing about sitting on the sides is the windows are pretty big, so you don't have any claustrophobic feeling, and the suede inserts actually hold you in position. So if you were to do a stop and go or some harder turns, you're going to sit more comfortable and relaxed in the back seat. Taking the Acura ILX in the A-spec premium trim. Things that I already will say, even though it's a little bit aged in the interior, I do like the leather wrap steering wheel. It feels very soft. The seats feel a little bit more firm than I would want them to, but overall, this is again more derived for a sports car slash sedan all in one. So you're gonna have some of the firmness either in the suspension or your seats. I do like the ultra suede though, because it does kind of hold you in the seat and it just feels a little bit more luxurious. 201 horsepower with 180 pound-feet of torque. This is a i4 2.5 liter, so we're gonna see how the get-up is on it. It's not necessarily the heaviest vehicle, so I'm assuming it should be pretty good because that 0 to 60 is under 7 seconds. The way the car dynamic structure is, you do feel pretty close to the front. So I do like that because it doesn't feel as long as the vehicle really is. As for the steering dynamics, you can see it stays pretty planted in the road, and the windows are pretty good size, so you can see pretty much everywhere. Blind spots, I really wouldn't say there's much because this is a subcompact car, so you're not going to have too many issues with that. One thing though, it's a little bit hard for me to find a happy medium because I'm a taller person, so I feel like I'm sitting higher up, but it's also a good thing because I can see that hood line structure. We're going to put it into S, and we're going to use those paddle shifters on the steering wheel to see how performance driven this vehicle is. And again, it's less than 3,200 pounds, so it should go pretty good. The engine note gets a little bit louder, and it goes pretty nice. I mean, it does exactly what it needs to do. It gets a little bit louder inside the cabin. You hear a lot more wind noise, which is something that I wasn't really thinking would happen because of it being an Acura. I was hoping that the dampers would seal it up a little bit more. However, as it sits, I mean, price point of the vehicle, it's around $30,000. So you're getting a lot of luxury amenities in the vehicle. As for brakes in the car, subcompact, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Turn radius and more or less a stop, getting about 2 lanes, giving it some gas. Has a little bit of a hesitation, but it does go once you get it up to gear. So it is nice with that, and I like that, the dual clutch 8-speed automatic transmission. It's gonna make it shift a lot more potent and faster, so you can get that performance out of the line. Now there is 3 things that I like and 3 things that I dislike. Is anything more than that, I'd be buying this vehicle. So the 3 things that I like is you are getting a lot of luxury amenities for the price point, and what I mean by that is the A-spec features and trim that you get really does set a good tone. I mean, you are getting ultra suede and you're getting a more expensive Milano leather, so that is good. The second thing that I like about it is the steering wheel. Like I was saying, the leather is ultra soft. I like that they put the A-spec badging there too, because it really gives the performance driven inspiration when I look at it at a stoplight. The third thing that I like is the structure of the vehicle is not so wide and it's not so long. So I feel like I can get in and out of any lanes without any issues. Three things that I dislike about the vehicle is the interior of the car is due for a redesign. I don't like the 2-screen infotainments either, because these sometimes don't work hand in hand, and we don't have navigation either. So we're getting into the Acura line, always something that I complain about when you get into a premium line and you don't have navigation, or you don't have touchscreen in the top, you have it in the bottom. You should have just put touchscreen in both. So since that's two things, we're gonna go to the third thing that I dislike about the vehicle. The materials that they use are good, but it's not as good on certain areas like the dash and on top of the door panels. So I wish that they kept that expensive luxury interior, especially considering the fact that they did wrapping the back of the seats for the driver and passenger. At a stoplight, we're gonna see how the performance is. Put it back into the S using the paddle shifters. Of course, somebody has to try to get in front of me, but again, the nice thing is you can go in and out of lanes, like I said, and you can do it comfortably and safe because you have the safety technology that is embedded in this with the Acura line. So these are some really good points in it. And the fact that you're getting decent gas consumption, you can play with the car as well because you got the paddle shifters and it's a dual clutch automatic transmission. As it sits, I feel that it's definitely a contender with the Germans, especially because you are getting a bargain and it's going to be a lot cheaper with maintenance and the longevity of ownership. We're going to take this back to Regal Acura in Lakeland, Florida, go over the reverse camera and wrap this review up. Switching to reverse, I know I have the car a little bit crooked, but just want to show you the trajectory and how clean the screen really is. And I like the fact that it is the full screen to make it easier for you to reverse. I'd like to thank Ken here at Regal Acura in Lakeland, Florida for giving us this 2021 Acura ILX Premium A-spec for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click that subscribe button, check out the details, the merchandise, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Ride.